So in this video, we are going to learn how to make this beautiful men's salon flyer design in Canva. So let's jump right to Canva and do that now. All right, welcome everybody. So the first thing we're going to do is to create a new page. We're going to come to this plus icon and we're going to create the Instagram portrait size, which is this one here. We're going to click on it and it's going to create a page for us. But I've already created a page, so I'm going to come back. Same thing here. I'm just going to open this project because this is where I have all my elements in. So all right, now that our document has opened, we have all our elements here, including our logo and our text. So I'm just going to bring the text close here. Then we have this empty page where we have everything. Okay, first up, we're going to bring in our background. I'm going to drag it into our design. I'm going to scale it so that it fills our page. And the first thing we're going to do to our background is we're going to come to edit. We're going to come to see all. We're going to come to blur, and we're just going to push the blur to blur it out. Okay, something about 80 something ish. Okay, just leave it like that. Then we're going to come to the opacity. We're going to drag it to about 50 thereabout. Okay, but first let's change this background to black. Okay, let's make it pure black, and now we have this. Okay, cool. Now the next one we're going to do is to bring in our logo. Yeah, this is our logo. We're going to drag it into our design. And now we have this logo. Now we're going to use it for two things. Okay? One, as a background, and two, as an identity. So first, let's make a copy. And this one, we're going to make it small. And we're going to position it somewhere here. We can come back to it later on, okay? But for this one, we're going to position it maybe something like this. We can always come back to readjust things. Then we're going to drop the opacity to about 10, 5, 6, thereabout, okay? And I'm going to click off. I'm going to lock it, okay, because I don't want it to interfere with whatever I'm going to be dragging later. Okay, so the next we're going to do is to bring in our images and start arranging things that we want to put on the design. Okay, first up, we're going to bring in this image. In your exercise file, you're going to see two images. Okay, this one and this one. I got this very one from Pinterest, and I used AI to make it to look like this. So I want to show you how I actually got this, but AI may not give me exact the same thing. That's the reason why I brought it to. But we're going to be using this, but I'm going to show you how I got here in case AI do not give me exactly the same thing. So I'm going to drag this one into our design. You can see that this part is cut out, and you can see that this part is not as big as we want it. So we're going to use a tool in Canva. I'm going to come to edit, and we're going to come to magic expand. I'm going to come to see all, and here we have it, magic expand, because what we're going to do is to extend this part. Okay, just extend it like this. You can make it as big as you want. It's going to generate this remaining part. So now what we have is this. So I'm going to click on expand. Okay, and AI is going to do this thing. It's going to look at all the design, the image, and generate the rest part of the body, and this part is cut out, because sometimes even in Canva library may have some images that are not complete. So what we have now is this. So we have this, and you can see that this shirt is changed. So now we have all this. Okay, so what I can do is just to pick one. Okay, because this one is black, I may want to use this. Okay, I think this one is also cool. Okay, this one is black. I think I will just use this one. Okay, sometimes difficult to select, and I'm just going to remove the background. And now what we have is this. So what I did was to rotate it, okay, and make it bigger and place it somewhere here like this. I'm going to make it even more bigger, something like this. Then I brought this other image. This one was gotten in Canva, but it has the same issue. Okay, if you find this image in Canva, it's not as complete as this, but I use the same method to also make it look like this. Okay, so I can select both of them and just make them bigger. Okay, this one we can push it down a bit. This one seems to be too small. Okay, arranging your image may take you some time, but just be patient. Okay, be patient with your arrangement because it's a key factor for getting what you want. So I'm just going to rotate it a little bit more, and this one I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so for this one I'm going to crop this part out and let this head hide that part. Okay, and now we have this, so I'm going to select both of them and just group them. Okay, so I can scale them down. So I think I will just leave them the way they were before. Okay, cool. This is almost the hardest part, because when you're trying to arrange your element, especially images, and make sure that we have a seamless transition from one to the other, it's such a great work to do. So I'm just to come here and bring in this one, and now I can bring in frames. I'm going to bring this one. I want to drag the image in, and what I can do now is to adjust this, and think we can work with this, and we're just going to scale it down. So what we can do now, I'm going to drag this. I'm going to bring in this last image. I'm going to drag into our design. I'm just going to drag it into one of those frames. It's going to replace whatever is there, and now what we have is this. Okay, we're going to come back to these two images later, but let's move on to something else. Now we're going to bring in our text. We're going to bring in alpha male. We're going to bring in text, and we're going to type the word alpha male. Okay, not alpha male, alpha cut. Okay, we're going to use this. Okay, again, in case your words ain't tracking well, okay, always look at this tracking -66 and 1.1. okay, I told you guys yesterday the same thing. That's because I've mastered my inter that this is the best tracking for, especially here, letter spacing for my words. Okay, so I'm going to make a copy of it, and I'm going to type the word cut, okay, with Z, not S at the end, and I'm going to make it bigger than the alpha. Now I'm going to do something interesting here on those two texts. Okay, what we can do, we're going to add gradients to it. We're going to come to this plus icon, come to gradient, and you can see that the gradient is fading. I'm going to teach you something that is so amazing. Okay, now we're going to leave this one, this gray. Look at the color here. This is the gray color, and we're going to come here. We're going to make it another color here. Then we're going to come to this one, and we're going to make it white. What we've simply done is 2 white, then 1 gray. Then we're going to select this one. Okay, this one is flowing from top to bottom. Okay, then this one we can let's add more gray because I want to give it more fade. Okay, now that we are done with that, we're going to come to effect, and we're going to come to outline. I'm going to give it some outline. So what we've simply done now, let's change this color to white. Okay, I'm going to make it white. So what we've simply done is to give it this stroke. So we're going to take it all the way down to 0. Let me zoom in so I see what I'm doing. Now you see this tiny outline fading, and it's fading into the white, so it's only visible here and not visible at the top. So I noticed that my tracking now is making the letter spacing to enter each other. So what I can do, you're gonna release it a little bit. Let me zoom out. Okay, cool. Now you can see there's a little gap now. So the same thing we're going to do on this one, but with a little variation. So we're going to come to the plus icon, come to gradient. This one, we're just going to choose this one. Okay, but we can take the gradient a little bit up a bit. Okay, and we're going to choose this one as well. Okay, so we have the same gradient, but the gradient is more on this. We're going to select this one. This thing doesn't look like white in my mind. Okay, it's white, and maybe we can take the gradient a little bit down. Okay, don't worry about this one. This is where I really want the transition to be, in this alpha cut. Then the same thing, we're going to come here and add the transition, the stroke. That's going to give you that small transition. Go to outline, come here, choose white, then take the thickness to be 0. So what we have is the same thing. If you look at it carefully here, we have the same effect, but we're not going to track it. The tracking there is okay. So now this is going to give you that premium feel that you normally see on flyers. So the next thing we're going to do is we'll bring in a shape. We're going to hit arrow on our keyboard. Is going to bring in the rectangle. Okay, now we're going to place this one here, and we're going to drag it all the way down to something like this. I'm going to come to the color, and we'll make it pure black. Okay, and we're going to come to corner rounding and round it off. So we're going to give it some stroke. We're going to add stroke. Come here and we're going to change the color. Okay, you can just make color white. Okay, let me click off so that I see it. Okay, but we're going to use a gradient to give it a style. So we're going to come to our stroke color. This is where you add stroke color, and this time too we're going to come to the plus icon and come to gradient. This time we're going to make it to be pure black, this gradient this time, and this time we're going to make it to be this transition, but we're going to add the third one, and this one we're going to make it to be pure white. Okay, and what we've got now is this. We have this smooth transition because of those settings that we've done. So we're going to leave it like that. We're going to make a copy of it because we're going to use it somewhere else too. We're going to drag it all the way down like this. Come here and just resize it. Okay, let's zoom in and let's just bring it down a bit, or maybe these are the image we need to take up. Let's drag all these ones to the top. Okay, and one more time we're going to make a copy of it, and I'm going to come here and I'm going to scale this one like this. Okay, notice that my image is already getting too big, so we're going to make it look like this. Okay, and now we're going to add the same stroke style to these ones. So we're going to come here and add stroke. This is where you add stroke. Come here, come to the stroke color. Since you already have it here, you can just click on it and it's going to appear by default. And we can copy this style and paste it on the second one by using this tool. Click on it and just come and click on the image, and you're going to see the stroke too. Look at the stroke, is going to appear on your image as well. So we're almost done. So the next thing we're going to do now is to bring in our text elements. We have all our text here. We've already added some. So we're going to come here. These are our services. Control C. And now we're going to Control V. Okay. And in case you're wondering which fonts I use for this, I'm using the Inter. Okay. Look at it, Inter. And let's just make a copy of this again. We can another way that you can make a copy instead of using this plus icon is to hold down your Alt key and drag it, and let go of your Alt key, and you're going to have a copy of it. Okay, now let's come here and just position this one here like this, and I'm going to place this one. Okay, we need space to add our secondary text here. What I can do now, let's make all this one, let's drag all this one down. Okay, let's bring in our secondary text, which is precision, curves, sharp edges, and expert grooming. Let's Ctrl C, and now let's make a copy of this. Alt drag, select our whole text and paste, and now we can make it look like this. We can select all, make it italic, and remove the boldness, or maybe you can add the boldness. Perfect without the boldness. Let's change this color. Let's give some tint of yellow. Yellow is always good with black. Okay, and we can leave those outline, or you can come here and reduce it. Okay, you can make it 3, then change the color here to before you change the color, let's make a copy and change it to black. Okay, and now this, we're going to remove the boldness. Now we're going to come here and we'll copy all these our services. See, come here, double click, select all, and just paste. I'm going to select all again. I'm going to come here and add bullet point. Okay, this is going to give it this one. Just remove this last one and select it one more time. I'm going to come here. I'm going to use the line spacing to create some distance between them so that it can be readable. Okay, and not jump packed. Okay, now what we have is this. So I'm going to use my keyboard here to nudge it up. If you're using your phone, just find a way that you can nudge it. There's a nudge tool in your Canva, so you can get that done. So I'm going to make a copy of this. Click on this, and we can use this now for our CTA. That is our phone number and everything else. I'm going to copy this. Let's just copy everything. Control-C. So that we have everything. So we didn't use this guy again. Okay. Thank God that AI gave us something that we're able to use. Okay. Now I'm going to come here and I'm going to paste this. Control-V. Let's use this handle to bring it down. Now let me zoom in because I want to be close. So I'm going to make a copy, Alt drag, and now I can remove all of this. I'm going to remove this, Ctrl X. Okay. Now, okay, Ctrl Z. Now we have this. Just make it a little bit bigger. Come here and paste the phone number. I'm going to make this one real big. I'm going to select all. I'm going to make it italic. And I'm going to make it bold. Should I make it bold? I think so. I'm going to remove all of this. Come here. Remove all of this. And I think I'll just make this one italic too. And maybe center align it. Select all. Just give it italics and make it bold. Now we're going to use this box again. I'm going to alt drag it to make a copy, and we're going to send it to the front. Come to position, come to layer, and just okay, it's already selected. Just bring it on top. It's going to be above all of this. Let me just bring it on top. Okay, now we're going to make some adjustment here by adjusting it so that it fits perfectly well. Okay, now we're going to make this the word that was behind it, this elevate. I'm going to bring it on top, and we're going to change the color to black. Okay, just drag this one down if you find it difficult to move it. Okay, just make it black, then come here and reduce the spacing so that they are close a bit, then you can make it a little bit larger or thereabout. Okay, now we have this. Okay, then what we need is not actually this word. I think what we need is actually the yes, this is what I was looking for. Okay, we need the address, not this one. Okay, Ctrl-C. You're going to come here, and we're going to, before we do that, let's make a copy of this. Make a copy and just place it somewhere. We're going to use it. Select all your text, Ctrl-A and Ctrl-V. And now what we got is this, right? Then this one, I'm going to position it somewhere here. This is exactly where it should be. Okay. Make sure that when you are designing, your text size shouldn't be lesser than 15 points. Okay. So that it can still be readable. There are people who do more than, who reduce their text more lower than that, but it can be difficult to read, especially for Instagram portrait sites, social media design generally speaking. Okay, now we have this, and I think we are good with this. I'm just going to reduce this to image because I feel like they are too big, and we're just going to go with what we got there. So that brings us to the end of the video. I hope you find it helpful. Please check the exercise file. It's in the link. Okay, and practice, do your assignment and submit in the community. Let me see what you got. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.